The US is pressuring Iran to cut ties with Russia, but what exactly is it afraid of? The strengthening relationship between Iran and Russia has rattled the US, pushing it into desperate, almost embarrassing actions. They believe pressure can break this alliance, but can it? Let's find out. Iran and US ties have gotten worse. The relationship between the United States and Iran has been fraught with tension since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, when Iran transformed from a close US ally into one of its most defiant adversaries. Over the years, various factors have motivated US pressure on Iran, but in recent times, the driving forces have become more complex and multifaceted. The US views Iran as a significant threat, not only due to its military ambitions, but also its regional influence, strategic alliances, and economic power. One of the major reasons for this ongoing pressure is Iran's nuclear program. Despite the signing of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action (JCPOA) in 2015, which aimed to limit Iran's nuclear activities, the US and its allies remain highly suspicious of Tehran's intentions. They fear that Iran might eventually develop nuclear weapons, which could disrupt the balance of power in the Middle East. The Trump administration's withdrawal from the JCPOA in 2018 and the subsequent re-imposition of sanctions on Iran exacerbated this tension, leading to heightened US efforts to curtail Iran's nuclear ambitions. Another critical reason is Iran's growing regional influence, particularly its involvement in conflicts in Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, Yemen, and Israel. Iran's support for proxy groups like Hezbollah, its backing of the Assad regime in Syria, and its involvement in Yemen's civil war all contradict US interests in the region. The US perceives Iran as a destabilizing force that challenges its allies, especially Israel and Saudi Arabia. This has led to significant military and economic pressure aimed at limiting Iran's reach in these countries. Moreover, Iran's strategic partnerships with non-Western powers, particularly Russia and China, present a direct challenge to US global influence. Iran has managed to sidestep many of the restrictions imposed by US sanctions by fostering closer ties with these nations, engaging in trade, military cooperation, and energy deals that undermine the US's efforts to isolate Tehran. Lastly, Iran's role in global energy markets cannot be overlooked. As a country with vast oil and gas reserves, Iran's ability to bypass sanctions and export energy products, especially to nations like China and Russia, poses a threat to US control over global energy flows. By maintaining its foothold in the energy sector, Iran defies US attempts to cripple its economy, making it an even more pressing target for sanctions and diplomatic pressure. And the US, tired of facing these challenges, started pressuring Iran. And the reaction? Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Africa's geopolitics, economy, and changing landscape. Let's continue now. In the face of relentless US pressure, Iran made the strategic decision to strengthen its alliance with Russia. This choice, though defiant, was not made lightly. Iran's partnership with Russia is driven by necessity, pragmatism, and shared geopolitical interests. Accepting Russia's offer represents a crucial opportunity for Iran to secure its economic and military survival. One of the main reasons Iran accepted Russia's offer is that both countries are heavily sanctioned by the West, leaving them economically isolated. Russia provides a lifeline for Iran, offering advanced military technologies and economic partnerships that help Iran evade sanctions. Iran, in turn, has supplied Russia with drones and military equipment, deepening their mutual reliance on each other. This relationship offers Iran a much-needed alternative to Western markets and allows it to modernize its military despite facing sanctions. Iran's acceptance of Russia's offer is also a strategic military decision. With the acquisition of advanced systems, such as the Russian S-400 missile defense system and Su-35 fighter jets, Iran can enhance its defense capabilities. The military partnership between Iran and Russia allows Tehran to upgrade its aging fleet of military aircraft and strengthen its regional standing in the face of adversaries like Israel and Saudi Arabia, both of which are heavily supported by the US. By accepting Russia's military assistance, Iran is ensuring it can maintain its defense readiness and project power in the Middle East. Moreover, Iran and Russia share a common goal: undermining Western hegemony. Both countries have a vested interest in diminishing the influence of the US and its allies, not just in the Middle East, but on the global stage. By aligning with Russia, Iran is positioning itself as a key player in a broader anti-Western coalition that also includes powers like China. This coalition is increasingly working to build a multipolar world where the US does not dominate international politics and economics. Additionally, Iran sees the partnership with Russia as a way to extend its geopolitical influence. Together, they have managed to alter the balance of power in conflict zones like Syria, where both countries have supported the Assad regime against US-backed forces. This partnership allows Iran to play a more assertive role in regional conflicts, challenging the dominance of Western-aligned powers. And while the West is trying to break Iran and Russia ties, their relationship has only got better. The Iran-Russia relationship has gone through profound changes since 2022, evolving from a primarily military cooperation into a comprehensive strategic partnership. The onset of the Russo-Ukrainian War and Russia's increasing isolation from the West have driven the two nations closer, transforming their relationship into one of mutual reliance and cooperation. In 2022, as the war in Ukraine intensified, Russia found itself under a barrage of Western sanctions that limited its ability to procure military and technological supplies. Iran emerged as a key supplier, providing Russia with combat drones and ballistic missiles. This marked a significant reversal of roles, as Iran, once reliant on Russian military aid, became a crucial source of military hardware for Moscow. The supply of Iranian Shahed drones played a pivotal role in Russia's war efforts, demonstrating the extent to which their relationship had evolved. By 2023, the military cooperation between the two countries had expanded even further. Iran helped Russia evade sanctions by setting up drone production facilities on Russian soil and training Russian operators on how to use the equipment. This military partnership also extended into economic cooperation, as both nations found ways to circumvent US and EU sanctions by trading in their national currencies, bypassing the need for the US dollar. In 2024, the relationship reached new heights with the announcement of several major arms deals. Iran purchased Russian Su-35 fighter jets, which marked a significant upgrade to its air force. The two countries also strengthened their technological ties, with Iran benefiting from Russian advancements in electronic warfare and air defense systems. These deals not only enhanced Iran's military capabilities, but also further solidified the partnership between Tehran and Moscow. As the war in Ukraine dragged on, Russia became increasingly reliant on Iranian military supplies. In exchange, Iran received Russian technologies that allowed it to modernize its military forces, creating a symbiotic relationship that continues to thrive despite mounting Western opposition. But why do Iran-Russia ties matter in the context of 2024? The alliance between Iran and Russia in 2024 plays a critical role in shaping both regional and global power dynamics, particularly in the context of the ongoing Israel-Hamas war and other Middle Eastern conflicts. This partnership is significant for several reasons. It has implications for the balance of power in the Middle East, challenges US-led global strategies, and represents a growing alignment between nations resisting Western influence. Firstly, Iran's support for groups like Hamas and Hezbollah, both of which are involved in direct conflict with Israel, makes its partnership with Russia highly strategic. Iran has been a long-standing backer of Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon, both of which have engaged in military actions against Israel. In the 2024 context, as Israel escalates its military operations in Gaza following the Hamas attacks, Iran's ability to provide military and financial support to these groups becomes a crucial factor. Russia, while not as directly involved in the Israel-Hamas conflict, is indirectly standing with Iran. The chaos caused by these conflicts draws Western attention and resources away from Ukraine, where Russia is engaged in a war. As the US and its allies, such as Israel, are drawn into deeper involvement in the Middle East, Russia uses this distraction to advance its interests in Ukraine with less resistance from Western powers. Iran has been receiving advanced weapons systems from Russia, including S-400 missile defense systems and fighter jets, which strengthen its military capacity in the region. In return, Iran has provided Russia with drones and other military equipment used in Ukraine. This military cooperation strengthens Iran's regional standing, making it a more formidable player in conflicts like the one with Israel, where its proxies play a key role. Furthermore, in the face of Western sanctions, the Iran-Russia alliance provides a lifeline for both nations. They have developed mechanisms to bypass sanctions through trade in local currencies and bilateral agreements, allowing them to maintain their economies despite US and European restrictions. This economic resilience is crucial in 2024, as both nations face mounting pressure from the West. The increased trade volumes between Iran and Russia, particularly in energy and military technology, help both countries sustain their economies and pursue their geopolitical goals. Additionally, in the broader global context, Iran's ties with Russia matter because they represent a shift in global alliances. As the US struggles to maintain its influence, countries like Iran and Russia are building a counterbalance through alliances with other non-Western powers. Iran's recent inclusion in BRICS and its growing economic relationship with Russia is part of a larger effort to reshape global power dynamics, moving away from a US-dominated world order toward a multipolar system where nations like Iran and Russia play leading roles. And why does the US want to break their ties? The United States views the growing partnership between Iran and Russia as a direct threat to its interests, both regionally and globally. Washington's efforts to weaken this alliance stem from several concerns, most notably the military and economic implications of their cooperation. But they are still not able to end Iran and Russia ties, no matter how much they try. Can the US truly do anything to disrupt the growing bond between Iran and Russia, or will this alliance push the US to eventually back down? Is it worth the effort for the US to keep fighting this? Let us know in the comments section. Why do you think the US finds it acceptable to form alliances against other nations but reacts so strongly when others team up against it? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: African politics, economy, and increasing power. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.
Tell us what you think in the comment section. Like and share the video, and subscribe so that you don't miss any of our African videos. It's the best way to support us.